Hello everyone. As a textile designer and a climate justice activist, it is my goal to create material systems that facilitate collaboration and preserve nature. For the part of my presentation that I'm going to be showing today, titled Create a Colorful Alternative, I spent the past 2 years creating textile dyes inspired by the functionality of living systems found in nature. I did so by using E. coli, an organism that plays a vital role in protecting human gut health. I first got interested in the field of biodesign after working at a textile factory located in Gujarat, India, where I am from. While interning there, I saw laborers exposed to toxic chemicals develop chronic respiratory issues like asthma and later suffer from diseases like dermatitis that causes their skin to peel off. This heartbreaking experience made me recognize the urgent need for change. I began looking towards natural dyes derived from plants for inspiration, but I was skeptical of its potential as a system, as plants require land, water, and human labor, among other resources, to grow and fuel for transportation, and the range of colors is somewhat limited. Bacteria, on the other hand, doubles in only 20 minutes with minimal resources, making it exceptionally cost effective. I decided to use E. coli as it is a biosafety level 1 organism, meaning that it won't cause any harm to human beings. In fact, in the lab, I wear gloves to protect the E. coli from me and not the other way around. A series of colors can be achieved simply by introducing varying expression genes within the organism. After about 4 months of trial and error, I was finally able to find a variation of E. coli that functioned well as a textile dye. The bacteria starts off as translucent and acquires color after 3 to 4 days of incubation. The intensity of the color can be controlled based on the duration of bacterial growth. The variation of E. coli that I created can be used to create precise lines on agar, making it very useful for printmaking. It is also possible to screen print with this organism. And instead of simply viewing color-fast bacterial dyes as replacement to synthetic dyes, I wanted to understand and unlock some of the bacteria's unique potential. For instance, I started including the protein found in jellyfish within the E. coli, and by doing so, I was able to make the organism glow in the dark. As a result, the textile dyed with the E. coli would also be bioluminescent without the use of any chemicals. You might have noticed that a lot of the textiles in my collection consist of small circles dyed individually. This is because when I first started working in the lab, I was given a petri dish size constraint as I had no microbiology background. Seeking inspiration from nature, I began trying to find ways to fold and patch the circles to create a flower-like form. I was also really drawn to the intensity of the color produced by the bacteria, and so for this piece, I wanted to experiment with changing the order of rectangles to see how altering the sequence of colors would impact the visual reception of intensity of the dye. And after a few months, I was finally able to scale up my production. I dyed 2 yards of silk with only 950 milliliters of water, which is about 430 times less water than consumed by synthetic dyes. The pattern of the bacteria can be controlled based on strategic food placement. The bacteria tends to grow towards its food source or agar, which is the only byproduct of this experiment. The agar acts as a fertilizer to soil once it's been discarded.
Aradhita, it's time.
Okay, wrap up really quick. So for this piece, I wanted to emulate bacteria growing on fabric, and you can see the bacteria slowly starts acquiring color as you move further along the piece. I believe that bacteria has the potential to unlock creativity and transform the world of textiles from that of a polluting industry into one that is self-sustaining and non-toxic to the environment. One of my long-term goals for this project and something that I'm currently working on is to purify the dyes and transform them into powder that can be made accessible to people even outside the lab setting. Thank you so much for your time and patience.